Welcome back to Harmonic Conversations. I'm your host, Gavin Nissen, and today we have a very special guest. We have my cousin, Justin Wallin, musician, videographer, and podcast host himself of Total Dogshit, director and star of Beaver Lake Productions, and director of this guitar. How are you doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
Well, I went to work, got some dinner, had some beers.
Hell yeah. Got games night tonight.
It's going to be shambles.
It probably will be shambles.
I can feel it. It's like, it's humid outside, and it just feels like there's shambles in the air.
Well,
first off, I gotta tell you, your buddy's wrong about Cinnamon Toast Crunch being better than Fruity Pebbles.
Thank you, Justin.
Fruity Pebbles is they're just so much better.
So much better. And like on a
cinnamon
day-to-day,
is something. Yeah, cinnamon's something like you have every now and then.
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles are just. I haven't eaten cereal in like it's probably been 4 or 5 years, but
jeez,
if I did, it would be Fruity Pebbles or Apple
yeah.
Jacks. Even though those are cinnamon, they're really good.
Oh, Apple Jacks is great.
Yeah. Apple Jacks, fuck.
Welcome to Harmonic Conversations.
Thank you.
I think we'll go with, how long have you been playing music for?
Oh, probably since I was. I got my first bass guitar when I was like 7 or 8.
Oh, cool.
I still have it. It's upstairs.
Do you play bass?
That's what I started on, and then I got tired of just like not being able to play songs without other people.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 13, so I just started teaching myself how to play guitar.
Very nice. Do you do the bass tracks for Saltwater Sanctuaries, or do you have someone else do that?
I used to, but Cody played on the record.
Oh, gotcha. So I asked Chad this question, and I thought it was a pretty good question. So for me, what got me into music is I heard Michael Jackson with Eddie Van Halen and Beat It, and that whole guitar solo, and then I heard Eruption by Eddie Van Halen, and that was like the music is what I want to do with my life kind of moment. Do you have a similar moment like that?
Yeah, I remember. So I was homeschooled, and I would tell my parents that I was going downstairs to do homework, and I would go watch Fuse TV and just watch music videos for a few hours. And if they came downstairs, I would shut off the TV and pretend like I was doing schoolwork. And I was already really into like Blink-182 and all those bands. But yeah, I remember just like I did have a little red guitar. So the bass wasn't my first guitar. I had this little red one that my parents got me. And I would just like watch music videos and pretend like I was in that band. Yeah. And I remember thinking like one day this is going to be my full-time career. It's not. I didn't make it, but here we are.
Never say never.
Justin Bieber.
Well, I somewhere my mom has a picture of like way before I even thought that guitar was going to be that thing that I wanted to do. There's a picture of me and Gage standing in front of our parents' box TV in the living room with like crazy boa scarves and like toy guitars, just pretending to play to the music videos.
Yeah, that having access to music videos very early on has like it's completely changed the trajectory of my life. And that's why it bothers me so much when I hear influencers say, "Oh, music videos are dead. No one should pay for music videos anymore." And I'm like, when a band I like releases a music video, you know me, you've come over to my house. Yeah. It's that whole experience as a kid is like that is a lot of people watch reality TV, and I rarely do. And music videos are what I watch. Like that is at the end of the night. If I am just chilling at home, I put on music videos and let YouTube just do its thing.
Go. Yeah.
Just pick out music videos. That the new, not super new, but Turnstile
Mm-hmm.
and Never Enough. That music
Dude,
video is just like stunning.
it's insane. So do you remember what music video was your first music video you ever watched?
I think it was probably the real Slim Shady.
Really?
Yeah, I remember being very like a toddler and that coming on at my grandma's cabin in Okoboji,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like watching it, and my brain is like frying because I'm just seeing these things I shouldn't be seeing. And halfway through, my grandpa turns it off. He's like, "You shouldn't be watching that."
I remember as a kid, when MTV used to show music videos on all the time on MTV. Uh, Michael Jackson Thriller was on the TV, and I've never
Mm.
seen a music video before, and that was the first one I ever watched.
Can you do the dance?
No, I wish I could though.
Let's see it.
No.
Try to do it from memory.
No. So we kind of started talking about saltwater sanctuaries a little bit, but your first ever YouTube video was in 2012 on the Saltwater Sanctuary's YouTube. How did the concept for Saltwater Sanctuary start up, and what got you into it?
Well, I was in a band called the Port Side, and we were playing around town, and I wanted to be a rock star. Like that's what I wanted to do. That's like all I thought about for a long time. And Saltwater Sanctuary started because I moved to Florida and I started a band there called Artie Bucco. And we were actually like pretty good, if I'm being honest. We weren't terrible. We started to kind of get a following, and we talked about going on tour and playing. We talked about moving to Omaha, and then the band ended up breaking up, and so then I was like back without a band again. So I bought a loop pedal and I started looping and writing these atmospheric kind of that between Artie Bucco and Saltwater Sanctuary is when I would burn my space guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like when I don't know, I just wanted to write some really atmospheric stuff that kind of gets heavy and it's kind of weird indie rock stuff, and I'm into a lot of weird music. So that's when it started because I booked a tour without having anything really written for the fucking tour. And so I had to like panic and write a bunch of songs.
Dude, I there's some of your Saltwater Sanctuary songs that are fucking nuts, and I love them so much. Like,
Thanks, dude. We have a whole album
Gutted.
coming out.
Really?
It's recorded.
Fuck yeah, dude. Gutted is definitely up there for one of my favorites.
That was like the newest song that I've ever wrote. So it was like, and that's like a fan favorite for what fans we
Mm-hmm.
do have. And so it's kind of cool because as you age as an artist, you think my best creative years are behind me. And the two newest songs that I've written and started playing live are arguably our most popular songs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just kind of sort of validating a little bit.
Yeah. What were some of the biggest influences going into saltwater sanctuaries that you kind of dabble in a little bit, thinking about making music for saltwater sanctuaries?
I actually got out a bunch of records that are big influences. I will tell you. Actually, I was going to show you some records that you should listen to, but also have some stories to them. So up front, this record, even though I was listening to a lot of pop punk music when I was younger, like a lot of Blink-182, Newfound Glory, Good Charlotte, No Doubt, like that's all I listened to, and I was obsessed with it because my brothers got me into it, and my sister got me into it, and it was like, that's what I want to listen to. And this album, here, I'm going to show you this one first. This one didn't change my life as much as the next one I'm going to show you, but this was my first introduction to this was my first introduction to different music like than I was listening to. I remember Clint Eastwood came on as a music video and I was like, what the hell is this? And so I was 8 years old when this came out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was 8 years old, and that year for Christmas I asked for it, on CD, and Chad got it for me. And so I've been a Gorillaz fan for a long time. But Good News for People Who Love Bad News by Modest
Yeah.
Mouse. I don't know if you can see it. I got it signed by Isaac Brock.
That's awesome.
This is like what changed my influence entirely with music. I remember watching a music video and the Ocean Breeze Salty came on and just being like, I didn't know music could be this fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harry and Chad, they had it on CD and we'd play Call of Duty on Xbox 360. It was Call of Duty 2. It came out in 2004. Yeah. And they would put that on repeat all the time. And it was just like frying my brain with how much I liked it. And so to this day, it's like my favorite album of all time. So Good News for People Who Love Bad News by Modest Mouse was definitely a huge influence on Saltwater Sanctuary. Modest Mouse in general. Cursive, The Ugly Organ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it. This is a band. Are you familiar with Cursive?
No, not at all.
All right, so they're from Omaha, and they were part of like the indie rock boom. Because Omaha was very famous for music at one point. Mm-hmm. With the boom of Saddle Creek Records in like the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
This is a band that came from Omaha. You should listen to this record. It is really fucking good. They have a cellist on it. So it's like a rock, heavy punk rock band with a cello player in it. And it just works. It is really good. So this huge influence, like as big as Modest Mouse. And then we got Bright Eyes, another Omaha band.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what my favorite Bright Eyes album is. It always changes. Like Digital Ash is probably one of my favorites, but Lifted, it is just, it so much captured a moment in time in Omaha. Like it's just, when I listen to this record, I feel like, even though I wasn't there, I feel like I know the vibes that were there. And you should really listen to Lifted. It is a great record. So I'd say those three, Modest Mouse, Cursive, and Bright Eyes, are probably my biggest influences going into songwriting.
I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning is got to be my favorite Bright Eyes album.
Yeah, that's a great album. It's funny, that's like their most popular, and that's very low on my list. It's not a bad album, but Bright Eyes has rarely put out anything bad.
Yeah.
Fevers and Mirrors is... the reason I didn't pick Fevers and Mirrors is because I think it's less digestible than Lifted is. Like I think you could listen to Lifted and really get some enjoyment of. It's a good mix of folk and weirdness and experimenting, whereas Fevers and Mirrors is just pretty sad and sometimes it's kind of hard to listen to.
Yeah. So, since we're talking about the influences of Saltwater Sanctuaries, another band that you have, oh god, I'm coming up with this off the dome.
What's coming up with off the dome? I don't know what you're even going to ask me.
Space Coffin.
Oh yeah, Space Coffin.
Is that kind of the Gorillaz?
Yeah, for sure.
Aspect to it.
Yeah. Well, Saltwater Sanctuary kind of started like it was pretty electronic. There's on the first album that's on Bandcamp. The album's trash, but it's got it's got electric drums all over and it's got synthesizers, and I recorded that all by myself, like in my bedroom, and I was probably like 19 at the time.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so then once I actually formed a real band, it was like, no, I want this to be just like a band in a room playing. Like some of the early, like the 90s music, how it just sounds like it's a band in a room. It doesn't have all this crazy processing. But then I just got this itch to make electronic stuff again. And I'm like, well, I can't put it on Saltwater Sanctuary because then it's just like, it doesn't make sense. So I started Space Coffin just to get that creativity out. And there are a lot of Space Coffin songs that are fully recorded that aren't released.
Yeah.
I should probably release them, but they get pretty weird. There's one song that I told my girlfriend at the time, I'm like, I'm going to go drink like 2 glasses of whiskey and record a song and see what comes out. And it's pretty fucking cool. Like it sounds like kind of sluggish and slow, but in a good way. And I like it a lot. I listen to it every now and then in the car and be like, man, I need to fucking mix this and put it out.
Hell yeah. You do have a lot of unreleased music that you haven't put out yet, but
a lot.
Out of every song you've ever made, what is your number one favorite? And what
Hmm.
about it makes it your favorite?
Honestly, my personal favorite is probably a song called Extinction that's not even out yet. It's just like it's very much a mix of everything that I love about music, and like I like singers that aren't necessarily great singers but have a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying that on stage the other night that a lot of the bands that I listen to are all the vocalists are all considered bad singers,
Yeah.
but I love their voices and just how emotional they are with it. Like I listen to a lot of La Dispute, and that dude, like people say his voice is annoying. I listen to this band called The Paper Chase. People say
Hmm.
John Congleton's voice is annoying. Connor Oberst, Isaac Brock. Um, but yeah, this song is just it's very distorted guitars and just screaming. Like it's my probably one of my most emotional songs other than Australia. Australia is the
Yeah.
most emotional, but Extinction just I don't know, it's a different vibe. It's pretty cool. And then the other one would be probably Gravity.
Hmm.
Gravity is supposed to come out soon.
What about released?
Well, I don't even know. Would I have like 3 songs out?
Uh, Australia, gutted.
Those might be the
So it
only.
goes.
Oh yeah. Released officially on Spotify. Probably Gutted.
Yeah.
Gutted just kind of it just fucks. Like it rips.
It fucks hard.
I remember Cody, who played bass on the album. He was like, he kind of told me he's like, yeah, I wasn't sure about joining Saltwater Sanctuary, and then I heard Gutted, and I was like, fuck, this homeboy can write some riffs. Like I didn't know he could riff. And so he said Gutted was like the point where he's like, all right, I need to play with Saltwater Sanctuary.
Yeah. When someone listens to your music and watches your videos for the first time, what do you hope they get from what the message is?
Well, I'm very, very emotionally connected to music. Like, like I said, you've been to my house, you've watched music videos with me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't like look away from it. I'm completely obsessed with it, and I really hope that one day I can make some music videos and some music that when people hear it, they get the same feeling of just like happiness and enjoyment out of it. Like I get chills watching music videos all the time. I get chills listening to music. I'm one of those people when I find a song that I like, I play it on repeat over and over and over again
Yeah,
until it's fucking ruined for me.
I do the
Like
same thing.
this album, this is La Dispute's newest record. No one was driving the car. And the first song on it is called I Shave My Head.
Mm-hmm.
And the song is just about him shaving his head in the sink, but then it just he tells this insane like flowing story about how his hair had clogged the drain and it overflowed the sink, and he was like drowning in his own bathroom, and he's like one of the lines says I built no ark for myself, and it's just like that for I don't know what he was thinking when he wrote this, but when I hear that I think like that sounds like kind of self-sabotage and not planning for like a better future for yourself. Like I built no ark for myself, and it's just like when I heard that I was like just blown away by. I've listened that song was my top Spotify song, and I've listened to
Mm-hmm.
it way too many fucking times by now. And also when I listen to music, I imagine music videos in my head. And so there's multiple songs on so many records that when I hear, I just like imagine this music video that I could make for them. And like that one, I had just intense visuals of what I wanted to make from that music video. It was the whole music video was like completely planned out in my head, but
Yeah,
I don't have the money to do it how I'd want to do it.
dog. Don't even say that shit. The shit you put out on Beaver Lake Productions, or yeah, Beaver Lake Productions, is top notch quality the entire time. I bet it like the most recent short film you just put out that took 5 minutes and you spent like $100 and
Oh
some
yeah,
saran wrap to build that. You could easily do that for a music video.
maybe this one would require something big, but we'll see. It might happen.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Beaver Lake Productions, um, you've made a lot of songs on there. Fan Guy,
Oh yeah, Fan Guy's great.
Nutbusters.
I like doing the comedy songs.
What's your favorite one out of all those?
Um, Out of the comedy songs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the Billie Eilish one is really funny because there's some lines in there that are just like, if you don't listen close enough, it's gonna go over your head. Like,
The Jada Smith line is so
yeah, dude,
good.
that's such a good line. I was impressed with myself for that. It says no, because Nick's bald, and we always
Mhm.
make jokes in the videos about him being bald. Like when he gets beat up by Joe Biden by the gas pump, he slaps his hat off. He's like, "You see that bald head of yours? I did that." So the song says, "No hair, I've got alopecia like Jada Smith. Will Chris rock your face off?" Like it's it's a play on words because it's like Jada Smith, Will Smith. I will Chris rock your face off, and it came out like right after he fucking slapped him at the goddamn Grammys or whatever.
Yeah.
I was over the hill about that line, and I've told my friends so many times, like, you guys aren't giving me enough credit for that.
Yeah. Uh, you also had, oh god, Joe Biden as a dork, McLovin.
Oh yeah,
Was that recorded outside
that's a
of
good
Jay's
one.
house?
Yeah, that's outside Jay's house. We built those costumes in his house, in his basement. It took us like 3 weeks to make the things, and
Holy
then
shit!
that was during COVID, and we had like a little Halloween get together, and me and Jay were dressed in these giant Kanye West costumes, and like it was kind of funny because it's also like stay 6 feet away from us. So it's like you have to splice in clips from it.
Oh, I'm definitely going to. What was the chain made out of Trump's face?
It wasn't Trump's face; it was Jay's face. I made him out of clay, and then we spray painted him gold, and then mine said Kathy because on the music video, Kanye's music video, it says his is Donda, which is his mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I got to do Kathy on mine, and my mom still has that hanging in Florida.
That's awesome.
You have my fucking vote. I love it. Trumpy is a dork. McLovin, dork.
Oh man, the Beaver Lakes production stuff is so good. We just recently, I think like a month ago, just did a whole watch of all the Beaver Lake production videos because she was like, what were your cousins like as kids? And I was
Oh
like, I
God.
know.
She's probably like, hey, we got to stop hanging out with them. We went on like a little Beaver Lake Productions 2020 to like 2023 is where I learned how to film pretty much. Like I've always done videos, but that's when I really like learned filmmaking as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And we went on a run. We were having a lot of fun doing videos, and yeah, it's just as you get older, it's harder to get everyone together again. But we have a new video written that we are going to make very soon. That I'm really excited about. Me and Ryan have been texting back and forth about it and laughing our asses off.
The Russian White Whale Part 2.
Wait, no, you were there, Gavin. You helped write it. The Snickers.
Oh, you're doing that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go. That's awesome.
Dude, I was like looking online for giant Snickers bars, and you can order like 5-pound Snickers bars.
Oh, that's awesome.
What is your favorite Beaver Lake Productions video?
Oh, fuck. See, because it's like there's eras of what Beaver Lake production era.
Yeah, I mean, it
wanna
used to be
pick.
just weird as fuck.
The stew video is
I was gonna
still
say
one of my favorite ones.
there's literally a video where my cousin Jake fucks me.
The Mobsters is good.
I
Oh
think
man.
my favorite would probably have to be the one that I get the most laughs out of every time. Probably Amber Turd.
I fucking hate that video.
Dude, that one cracks me up. Ryan is so goddamn funny in that one. The fan one cracks me up with Nick
The fan
stripping for
one's
the
really
fan.
good.
Um,
The Game of Thrones one is pretty funny.
the whale video.
The whale.
Dude, the whale video was crazy. We'd talked about doing that for like 4 or 5 years because when we were kids, we had a hot tub, and Ryan fucking sat on the blower and filled his ass with water, and he jumps in the lake, and he goes, "I'm going home," and then he goes in the water, and goes, "Tss," and it was like all foggy out. So we like talked about once we really got into filmmaking. I'm like, dude, we should do the great white whale thing and film it in the ice. And so we talked about doing it for so long. It's like Ryan would have a girlfriend, and he's like, I don't want to do that when I have a girlfriend. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, then he would be single, and we'd go down, we'd like plan it, and then we wouldn't get any snow, and like the lake wouldn't freeze. And so it's just constant. And so the first time that we tried to film it that year, that we finally did film it, we went down to this lake near Plattsmouth, and we jumped this fence, and we're out there with a chainsaw cutting into ice in a pond, and the fucking cops came. The cops just fucking, they pulled up, and they were like, of course it's a Peterson, and they kicked us out of there, so we had to leave.
No shit.
Yeah. So then we're like, all right, well, the whale video is never happening because like the next forecast was like 70 degrees all week. Yeah. And so like maybe a couple weeks had gone by, and Ryan texts me and Jay in a group chat, and he's like, it's supposed to snow in the morning. And I sent back, I am tired of getting excited over this. It's not going to happen. Like, we'll plan for next year. And then like just a little time went by, and I text him back. It's like, but if I wake up and there's a blanket of snow on the ground, we're going. I wake up with like my phone had blown up. Ryan's like, it's a winter wonderland. We have to go. So I get my camera equipment all together, and we haul ass down to this lake. And Ryan shoves this weed thing up his ass, and it's full of warm water. And I'm like pumping it and spraying it into his ass. And so he runs out, and he jumps in this icy water and goes to do it, and nothing comes out. He just lifts up, and he's like, I did it. It must have just dribbled out. I was like, you need more. So we like really, really pump him full. And then he sprays it, and it was like beautiful. And you can hear Jay in the video going, how much did we get, Justin? Like, he's so stressed about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And dude, when we watched that footage back for the first time, we were like, we couldn't believe what we were seeing. Like, I had one shot to get Ryan like in frame, in focus at 120 frames a second.
Oh, I think new wise, it has to be the Jeepers Creepers video.
Oh, that's a good one too. And Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is really funny.
Harry and Brittany on camera are just like, they just work so well.
Perfect.
We want to do a third one with them.
Ooh.
Like a third monster one where Harry's the monster. Mm-hmm. And we talked about it being Stranger Things. And it's like the scene when Will comes out to all of his friends. And then like it cuts to Harry as Vecna, and he's like wiping his tears. He's like, that was really sweet.
Oh man, that's fucking great. Oh, all right. We'll get back to the music topics.
Not spraying water out of your ass. Yeah. You should try it.
I don't think I will.
You ever shit in the woods?
I have shit in the woods. I've actually got a really funny story about Gage shitting in the woods.
Let's hear it.
So, up through like right when I turned 16 or 17, I got my first car. So, the entire time up to that, we would ride the bus to school every day. And there was a time I was at the high school, Gage was at the middle school, so he would meet us at the buses to get onto the buses to go home. And I'm waiting outside the high school, and I see Gage sprinting towards the buses. And I was like, okay, what the fuck is he doing that for? And he passes me and just goes straight onto the bus, doesn't say hi or anything. And then so I walk up, get on the bus, and he's just sitting in his seat shaking. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I was like, well, why didn't you just go to the school? And he's like, I don't know, just couldn't, and got on the bus, whatever. So pull up to our house, and you've seen our house where it's like the driveway right up the middle, two sides of forest, and then the big shop down at the highway. We start walking up and get to the little split section where it starts to become forest. And Gage looks at me dead in my eyes and he's like, I can't hold it anymore. Runs down to the woods, drops trout, and sprays shit out of his ass.
Hell yeah. Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, it's not. I think about that. Well, I shouldn't say I think about my brother shitting all the time, but that moment sticks in my head forever. It's so funny.
It's been a long time since I shit my pants.
I think the last time I shit my pants, I was 14.
Yeah, it's always just like a fart, and you don't mean to.
Yeah.
The other day, though, I was damn near close. I was driving, I had Zisu with me, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I pull into this gas station, and I'm like hobbling through the gas station. And I'm like, please don't be anybody in here. And I go in the bathroom, and there's feet under the stall. And I'm like, I'm standing there like contemplating shitting in their sink. Like I about did it, dude.
Oh,
it's
man.
like it's either my pants or the sink.
Did I ever tell you my Menards story?
Oh, Menards is the best place to shit other than Target.
Well, so I used to work at Menards. I was the building materials manager for a little bit. And I was at the one on Dodge, right on 120th and Dodge.
God, I can't believe I never saw you there.
I don't know.
I basically lived there.
Really?
Yeah, because my shop was right by it. So we'd go to Menards all the time.
Really? Well, I was there 22 to 23, 24.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. But so I had to go to the bathroom. So I walked into the bathroom, and there's only one stall in the men's bathroom. So there's this huge long ass fucking line to the stall. So I'm standing there waiting, and I see this old guy dart in from around the corner, and he's like holding his asshole like he's about to shit himself. And he's like, can I skip you in line? And I was like, sure, whatever. And so we're sitting there for another 5 minutes. This dude that's in the stall is just not fucking coming out. And he just does one of these. He's like, I can't hold it anymore.
Did he shit in the urinal?
He walks over to the sinks, and there, you know how there's the little trash cans on the ground next to the sinks?
Yeah.
He pulls down his pants, shits on the wall right next to the trash can,
God.
and walks out.
He didn't wipe?
No.
Oh my God.
Just shits on the wall, walks out, never saw him again.
What did he look like? Because we had a public shitter at our shop.
Oh, old, bald, super wrinkly, like
Glasses,
kind of looked like the guy from Monster House a little bit. Just
it was probably the same fucking guy. We had this guy who would come in and he'd be holding his ass and he'd run to the bathroom, and we'd go in there afterwards and there would be shit sprayed all over the walls. Oh and then there'd be like, it's really sad because you would see on the floor like smeared shit where he tried to clean it up. It's like, you can't help it. It's not his fault.
No.
His body's failing him.
Yeah, you get to that age and you just can't hold it anymore.
I can't wait to just... I'm old. I just got to shit in a trash can. Like, right now, if I did it, it would be weird.
Yeah, it would be.
Funny.
I mean, you pissed your pants. You pissed your pants on camera. You're shitting your pants on camera.
I also shit under a solar eclipse.
You did do that.
That was like
a
rare moment.
Enough.
Yeah.
All right, enough poop talk. We've been on this topic for fucking 15 minutes.
It's better than cereal.
I guess. If you stripped everything away behind the music, what's the core message you want to say?
Like behind my music or other
Mm-hmm.
people's music?
Your music.
What's the core thing I want to say? It would be make something and try to be something, and make something for yourself. Be selfish with your art. Um, I can't stand the fact that music and art in general has all gone to metrics and just how many people can you get to view this thing? Like,
Yeah.
make your song 2 minutes, make it quick and flashy. Like, I hate that there's cookie cutter recipes now for music, and that's why I'm so
Mm.
into weird shit. It's just like, I make something, make something you're proud of, make something that is weird and different, because that's what art is supposed to be. Like, um, there's a line in a Gorilla song actually that says, "Unless we say so, nothing will move," and that line has always moved me quite a bit, because it's like, yeah, if we all just stick to the same fucking concepts and the same cookie cutter ideas, nothing's gonna change. And so
No.
it always takes that one person to try something different that sets off a chain reaction in the world of art. I don't know if that answers your question.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great answer.
Oh, thank you. There's
Okay.
another line that's similar to that, and you can cut it if you want. But there's this
Oh
Bright
no.
Eyes line on Lifted that says, it says, "An avalanche of opinions like the one that fell that I'm now underneath. It was my voice that moved the first rock, and I would do it all again." And I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
it's like that line is it's just so good.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, dude, read some of Bright Eyes lyrics. You'll understand why he's considered like one of the great songwriters of our generation. Even though a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people may shit on Bright Eyes and not like them because of his voice or whatever, um, his lyricism is just, it's some of the best that I've personally come across.
Oh, absolutely. I don't understand, like I do understand that like people have different opinions and our listening ears are different than other people's listening ears, but Bright Eyes is great. Modest Mouse is fucking amazing. All those bands that were like they kind of sound like shit, but they're also really fucking good if you actually listen to them
Mm-hmm.
are fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's like, I like them because they're not perfect, and
Yeah.
especially nowadays, man, music is just, it's so perfect. Everything's quantized, everything's hyper produced, it's all
Mm-hmm.
digital drums, and it's just like, that's why this Law Dispute record that just came out, that's what I love about it, is the mix engineer who worked on it. Law Dispute produced it, they recorded it all themselves, and they sent it off to mixing, and he like did his normal thing that you do. He starts producing it, really mixing it, and then he like takes a break from it and listens back to it, and he's like, what I did just kind of ruined what this was. So he
Mm-hmm.
stripped it all back and just used, like, I don't think he used any digital reverb on the album. It's a very dry sounding album. It's all real room mics, and it just sounds like it was produced in like the 90s. Like, it just
Yeah.
sounds like they recorded in a room and laid it onto vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what like I loved about it immediately, is just how raw it was.
Thank you for the segue, Justin. Speaking of the 90s, you grew up in the late 90s and the early 2000s. How did the early internet culture influence your path in music? And has new internet culture changed that in any way?
So the internet culture then, I did a lot of pirating. I wrecked the family's computer a lot, whether or not it was downloading music or because there was a lot of both.
God.
um, yeah, it was a really cool time, because I remember getting an iPod with the screen on it, the little white one when it had a screen on it, and I remember immediately going to Best Buy and I bought um, Andrew Andrew Bird and Seawolf, and then I came home, put on the computer, and put on my iPod. Well, then lo and behold, I realized that I could take songs from LimeWire and put it on this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I was downloading so much shit and putting on this little iPod, and you had to like rotate between. You had to like take songs off of it, put new ones
Yeah.
on. So yeah, a lot of pirating back then. MySpace. I found a lot of bands on MySpace. Kind of a cool story that's not related to me. Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny is a big music fan, and he found this band called Y on
Mm-hmm.
MySpace way back in the day, and he reached out to them because he was such a fan of them. And him and Yoni, the singer of Y, became buds. And so I discovered Y like 7 or 8 years ago. Became a big fan of them, big fan of It's Always Sunny. And on one of the newer seasons, there's a Y poster hanging in Charlie's apartment, and they're like relatively
Really?
unknown. And I was like, I freaked out. I was like, ah! I was like, that's alopecia. What the fuck? And It's Always Sunny. So then I had to look it up, and it turns out that Glenn back in the day would just scour MySpace for bands because he was like so obsessed with wanting to find new music on MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I thought that was super cool. But anyway, as far as it goes for me, I discovered the band called Tongue on MySpace, and they're not so active anymore. And I have every one of their vinyl records right now. They're super weird, and I just remember discovering them there. Current social media. I don't know. I guess it's the current social media thing is more anti for me. It's like I don't want to conform to all this stupid shit that these influencers are telling you have to do, even though it's correct
Yeah.
and they're blowing up and it's right and they're making money and I'm not making money from music. It's just like that's not why I like it. It's just I like making something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Is there someone in there with you?
Yeah, Sammy's in here playing Cyberpunk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But what's kind of cool too is Arctic Monkeys were like one of the first bands to really do the MySpace thing, and they
Yeah.
blew up there. And I'm pretty sure that's how we discovered them because back in the day, we would have. Did you have MySpace? Were you old enough? So MySpace is a lot like Facebook, but way cooler back then. It taught us all how to code for some reason. So like
Really?
every kid in the world knew how to code because of MySpace. So you could design like imagine having your Facebook that when someone clicks your name, it goes to your own personal website that you have curated. Like you can change the background, you can make your own website that's your MySpace page. Put whatever song you wanted to represent you as a person on there.
That's
And
awesome.
dude, it was super cool because you could kind of doom scroll MySpace just by going to people's profiles and seeing what they designed their own MySpace to be. Like I would do that all the time, just look at friends' MySpace pages,
Mm-hmm.
and we would also we would hack each other's Facebook pages or MySpace pages and then change the background. So one time Jake left his signed in on my laptop. So we got on there.
No.
He's sleeping, and right next to him, we're just changing everything to Barney. Dude, we changed his profile picture was Barney, the banner was Barney, the background was Barney, like about me was all about Barney, and it was just when you went onto his profile, it go, "I love you, you." So we absolutely wrecked his MySpace, and he was really mad at us. Like he was actually pissed off about it. God, those were the
Jake went
days.
Jake.
Yeah, even back then, I would heavily showcase music on MySpace because I was just so obsessed with it all. I think my song was probably "Ocean Breeze Salty" by Modest Mouse. Weirdly, I know Britney's song. Britney's song was um, "Cath" by Death Cab for Cutie,
Ooh, yeah.
and I think I could be wrong. I think Harry's was maybe "Between the Bars" by Elliott Smith.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question at all. There's a lot of I don't remember what it was like being influenced back then by the internet other than we grew up in like the perfect era of internet. There wasn't too much of it. We had MSN, so we'd all get on MSN. Like to make plans, you would sign on to MSN and hope your friends were online, and then you'd be like, "Oh, Jordan's online." You'd be like, "Hey, can I come over and play Tony Hawk tonight?" Or
Mm-hmm.
Ryan would message me and be like, "You want to go out and play?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we'd go like run around the neighborhood, and you just check MSN for a second, and then a lot of late nights when the guys would all get together and get on MSN and talk to girls, and you'd have to take turns. So it'd be like, I'd have MSN for an hour, and then Jordan would get on MSN, and then Nick.
I do. I wish I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s.
It was great.
You guys had CKY, Jackass.
Oh yeah, dude.
All the skating was popping off in that time. All the great music was then.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, I still listen to CKY, even though it was a DVD. It's also a band, and they're fucking awesome. Yeah, also those movies, the CKY movies, definitely showed me a lot of music I would have never heard before. Have you watched them?
I have not.
Dude, I have them on DVD. You should come over and watch them.
I'll come over. We'll drink a couple glasses of whiskey and watch
Dude,
CKY.
they are funny as fuck, dude. Those movies sculpted me and my friends as people in our formative years. We thought we were going to be the next CKY.
Yeah, you can definitely tell on Beaver Lake Productions. You can definitely tell.
I sent Steve-O and Bam Margera, and I think Rab himself, the whale video, and none of them responded. I think one of them read it. I remember seeing like their icon saw the video.
No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys blew up a shit ton. Like when Harry broke his nose, it was on Ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm.
The Toy Story 3 prank blew up.
Yeah, that got like 8 million views or something.
Fucking crazy.
The Valas video blew up.
Yeah, it did. Wasn't there another one?
We've had multiple things go viral.
Yeah.
The Toy Story one's the biggest one.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, Harry and Chad were on Ridiculousness, and they're on Web Soup. On Web Soup, they actually, like, Ridiculousness, they were just in a compilation. Web Soup got a whole segment.
Really?
Yeah, like he broke down the video and everything.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was cool. And I like Chris Hardwick a lot. I started liking Chris Hardwick from watching The Talking Dead after The Walking Dead would be on.
Oh, gotcha.
It was like a podcast that came on right after the episode. And that show just went to shit.
Every show goes to shit.
Not Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but you got El Camino from it, and El Camino is
That's true.
Fucking horse shit.
All right, Breaking Bad is total dog shit. Just because of El Camino. Why'd they do that?
Just splice this into total dog shit. Well, it's like, I'll give it to you. Game of Thrones season 8 is bad. The rest of it's fine.
Yeah, I'm glad you finally admit it.
It's not awful. It's really
terrible, dude.
Like when you guys were like specifically nitpicking every little part and pointing them out, I was like, okay, yeah, this might be shit.
It's kind of like that meme that's going around right now, and I don't like to make too many like political jokes publicly, but there's this meme going around right now that's like, it's like when you're trying to defend Trump, and then he posts a photo of him as Jesus, and it's like Jonah Hill like smoking a cigarette and rubbing his eyes. What's funny is like my friends who do like Trump were sending that to us. Like, all right, we can't defend it this time. When it comes to meeting artists, what would you want to say to them? Like, are you someone who, like, if you see an artist you love and know, like, you'd go up and talk to them? Because I absolutely am somebody who will go up and talk to anyone, especially if I'm a big fan. Mm-hmm. But I'm not like a crazed fan where I'm like, oh my God, I love you. It's just like I'll see some Omaha artists who are pretty big, and I'll just walk by them in a coffee shop, be like, hey, love your work, and then keep going. Yeah. Just because it's like, I don't know, it's might be kind of cool for people to hear it.
See, I definitely have come around a lot, but I am such an awkward person. And like, I'll be honest, recently we've gotten a lot closer. Like me and the Wallins have gotten super close. but I've been super fucking awkward the entire time. Like, don't know what to say. Going to this guitar premiere and people were trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, I'm awkward as shit. I don't know what to say. Like,
You know,
I don't
sometimes you
think
don't have
I'm
to
that.
say anything. Sometimes you can just
Yeah,
listen. That's what doing this guitar has kind of taught me a little bit, is how to listen better, because I do interrupt people a lot. There's times in conversations where I catch myself waiting for them to stop talking so I can say what I want to say. And learning to interview people really helped me with that. And it is helping me with that. Like I do that way less now and can actually digest what somebody's telling me. Um, the fuck.
Samantha, I hope you know that got picked up on the microphone.
So, speaking of talking to artists, the reason I have this signed by Isaac Brock,
Mm-hmm.
I saw Modest Mouse. They did the Good News for People Who Love Bad News tour, where they played the whole thing front to back, and then the encore they played No One's First and You're Next, which is an EP after this that had songs that were unreleased from this album. It was fucking amazing. It was like the best Modest Mouse concert I've ever been to. And so I brought this with me. A lot of times if I go see a band that I like and I have records by them, I'll just throw them in the car
Yeah,
and
and
then
bring them
hope maybe I'll get something signed by them, but I don't. There's just times when, like, I'll wait for like 5 or 10 minutes, be like, all right, fuck this. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna wait, and there's like 40 people out here waiting. So I'm walking to the car to go get this record, and I walking, turn the corner, and Isaac Brock is standing there with a cigarette, and I was like,
Jesus.
holy shit! Like I and at the time I was sober, so I'm glad I wasn't drunk because I would have sounded like a fucking idiot. So I walk up to him and just start a conversation with him, and we talked for an hour.
That's
Like,
awesome.
him and I just bullshitted about not even just music. Like, we just talked about life, and I told him I got chickens, and he was like, "Oh, I want to get some chickens soon. Like, we just got a property." He's like, so we're just like talking back and forth. He goes, "You know what? Fuck, give me your phone. I'm gonna put my email on your phone." And he fucking puts his email in my phone, and it's just like, you have no idea, like, the level of fan that I am. And I just had to keep completely cool. And earlier, before the conversation really kicked off, I had told him, I was like, "Yeah, I brought good news that I'd like to get signed by you." And he was like saying, like, "Oh, probably gonna go back in soon." And then after we talked for a while, and he gives me his fucking email, and he goes, "Fuck it, man, go get your record. I'll sign it." So
Hell yeah.
the reason that our conversation picked up is because of this record.
Mm.
This is Mimicking Birds. Um, they are on Modest Mouse's label. And so what's crazy about these guys is, when I recorded my first Saltwater Sanctuary album, I went to my friend Kyle's house to work on the album art. So he puts on this record while we're doing the album art, and I'm just sitting there going like, who is this? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I want my music to sound like, but it's just way better than what I'm doing. It's like, oh, this is Mimicking Birds. They're on Modest Mouse's record label. So I've been a huge fan ever since. And um, Nate Lacey, the singer, was recording these songs in his house by himself and just kind of showing them to friends. And one of his friends took them because they were so good and emailed them to Isaac Brock and said, like, this dude's in Portland. You need to hear this. So he listens to him, and then Isaac Brock calls Nate Lacey, like, gets his phone number, and he's like, "Yo, this is Isaac Brock from Modest Mouse. Like, I want to produce your record."
That's
So
nuts.
they record this record together. It's really, really, really good. It's one of my favorite albums front to back. And their first show ever was opening for Modest Mouse. Like, the first time performing
Damn.
on stage was opening for Modest Mouse. And it's like, what
Holy
the
shit.
fuck? So then, many, many years later, in like 2017, Mimicking Birds is coming to Lincoln. So I emailed their manager and I was like, "Hey, I make like kind of weird spacey music, and I'm a solo act. I think I would be a good person to open for them. Send them Saltwater Sanctuary songs." And he says, "I'll get with the band and see what they think." Never heard back.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 2 days before the show, I get an email. "Oh, I forgot to reach back out to you. Yeah, you got the gig." So I hadn't been practicing or anything. So I took those next 2 days off of work just to rehearse a set over and over and over again.
Holy
And so I
shit.
opened for Mimicking Birds, this band that I fucking love, and I'm playing solo. And the drummer, he's like down in the crowd, and he goes, "You cool if I come up there?" I'm like, "Come up here, man." And so he improv'd a whole set with me, a whole Saltwater Sanctuary set. This band that I like massively look up to. The drummer played a whole set with me, and
Oh my god.
it was unreal. I couldn't believe it. And they're just dudes, like all these musicians are just
Yeah.
regular dudes. But the Mimicking Birds guys were so sweet, and smoked weed with them in their van after the show.
Hell yeah.
They and so like I think a year later I get a postcard, and it's from Mimicking Birds. Or like on tour somewhere, and they just sent me I don't know how,
Jesus.
they probably from ordering merch, they knew my location. And then a couple of years ago, I don't know if their merch store is still open, but I ordered a vinyl from them, and I ordered some shirts. And I got a personalized letter saying like, "So good to see your name again. I hope you're doing well." And just like, it was just such a cool fucking musical experience, man.
God damn, dude. You, you guys are fucking nuts. Like talking to Chad, talking to your family is fucking insane and has done some crazy fucking shit.
I'm sure Chad had some crazy stories. He's
Oh.
much better spoken than I am. Like he reads a lot of books, so he's got a big vocabulary that sometimes he says shit and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Between Saltwater Sanctuary, Space Coffin, and all the other music you make, do you see your projects as separate pieces, or are they all connected in one way or another?
They are absolutely separate as far as Space Coffin and Saltwater goes. I like the idea of like referencing those songs back and forth. Um, and I definitely feel like I write for each project. Like I know a lot of people with separate projects will write songs and then be like, this is more of like, for example, I think Damon from Gorillaz, he said recently in an interview, and I might misquote this, but he said something along the lines of like, I don't really see them as Gorillaz or Blur songs. It's just I write songs and they like fit where they fit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think a lot of artists are like that, where they just write songs and then it's like it makes sense to put them somewhere else. But Space Coffin and Saltwater are so different that it's just like
Yeah.
it's like I have to be writing on a synthesizer to make a Space Coffin song. Um, yeah, I'm really excited about the idea of Space Coffin because I have all these visual ideas that I want to do with it, and I'm doing so much. I'm so busy all the fucking time. I'm trying to get around to it, but I do like the idea of having different eras of Space Coffin. Like I wanted to release an album and do a music video for almost every song on it, and then at the end, the final song have that character that I play, because like that music video I did for it. I don't know if you watched it when
Yeah.
I'm like out in the cornfield. The whole idea for that music video was like it's supposed to be in the future, and there are like holograms that are like humanity's gone, but there's holograms left who had
Mm-hmm.
like been intertwined with the regular world, and the holograms are what's left because like humanity died out, but this technology didn't for some reason, and it's just like a cult that's like
Yeah.
holograms living out on a farm just doing farm shit. And so I wanted to do this whole concept, like do multiple music videos in that style, and then the very last one at the end of the song, that character that I played would wake up at like a cubicle that's super futuristic, and he's got like weird futuristic shit on, and it's like the meme basically, or like the reel will say like when you wake up and the last 100 years weren't real or something like that, and like
Yeah.
reset the era, like, and so it starts in this futuristic world that's going to lead to this, and kind of like go back from the beginning. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but I had
Oh
this
yeah,
whole
you go.
fucking idea for it and just never did it.
That's super cool.
And then I wanted to release comic books with it.
Oh,
Like I wanted Space Coffin
dude.
comics. And then I wanted to do Space Coffin coloring books. That's also a comic that you could read while coloring.
Mm, that's so sick.
There's not enough time.
Yeah,
We
that's
can't all
true.
be super prolific. Speaking of being
Can't.
prolific, fucking the singer of Gorillaz. So he does Gorillaz, and he also does Blur. Are you familiar with Blur?
A little bit.
They sing that song, the Woohoo!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the singer of Gorillaz.
Jesus, I did not know
And
that.
he made like enough money off that one song to basically retire like 30 times because it's in so
Holy
many sports
shit.
movies. And so he pretty much just, I mean, Gorillaz is definitely bigger than Blur now,
Oh yeah.
but he was able to like basically fund Gorillaz off that song.
Dude, just to have fuck you money
To be able to
and do what
make
you want.
anything,
Yeah,
to be able to
dude.
just like, so the Space Coffin thing, like to be able to say, all right, this month I'm not doing anything but recording the Space Coffin record, and then the next month we're shooting a movie's length music video, like for the whole album, and I'm gonna pay this crew, hundred something $1,000, and it's just that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's what the
Dude,
kid from Stranger Things is doing. The Steve Harrington, the act. I don't know what his name is in real life, but he sings that
uh
song. And when I'm back to Chicago,
yeah.
I
Joe
feel
Keery.
it. Yeah, so he's taking his Stranger Things money and self-funding all of his music because he doesn't want to be on a record label and doesn't want to be controlled.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it's working. He's like blowing up.
Dude, that song that he has is fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Finn Wolfhard, the
Yeah, Mike.
Mike, yeah, his music's pretty good too.
Man, I did not like Stranger Things.
No. The ending of
I
Stranger
love the
Things was
first thing. I
fucked.
love the first season, and then it didn't need to do any more, and it did. It
No.
kept going.
And that whole fight scene at the end is like 20 minutes and it's
Dude, I
not
didn't
even
watch
worth
the
it.
final season.
Ah, don't. It's total dog shit.
I watched like a YouTube, like just glossing over it, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't need to watch that.
Yeah. Moist Critical.
I probably watched his. Dude, he's so funny.
So funny.
The shit that he says just shocks me sometimes. When he's like, that's like comparing pee to piss.
Oh. What you showed me a video. Oh fuck. When we were watching the OK Go music videos, that comedian that was talking about piss.
Oh yeah, yeah. That shit was so funny. He's like, and then I took off her sock, and it was a bag of piss.
Oh man. Okay. What keeps you going when the internet algorithm or audience doesn't respond the way that you want it to?
Because I'm not doing it for that. Like, I personally really enjoy like with that Space Coffin music video. I fucking love it, and
Mm-hmm.
it has like 300 views, and I don't care. I don't care at all. Like, it would be really cool if it popped off and people watched it, but it was like that was for me, and that was for me to enjoy. And what's cool is I actually had a lot of people this year send me screenshots of their top Spotify songs, and Space Coffin was on there, and it's like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know you were listening to it. Like, I had no idea anyone listened to this. I knew like my family did, but I don't know. I do get discouraged. I think more so I get discouraged by a lot of the physically demanding parts of making music and playing live, because like when
Yeah.
Saltwater Sanctuary plays live, it's like, it's weeks of rehearsing, and it's going out, loading my heavy ass amplifiers, and then I try to bring a lot of the instruments, like the drums and everything, because I'm just like hiring people to play, and I try to make the workload as small as possible on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you go out there and then you play your show, you set up and do all the shit, and then you have to reload it all into your car, then bring it back inside. And so that, like, touring life may not be for me unless I was big enough that other people were doing all the
Would
loading.
do it.
But
Yeah.
then I'll go see Cursive, who is like one of my favorite bands of all time, who I think should be way more recognized than they are. And I'll see those motherfuckers loading out their own amps, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I will
Yeah.
never even be on Cursive's level of fame, and they're still having to do that. And then also, like, one thing that really bums me out is how many bands are breaking up because there's no money in music anymore.
Yeah.
Like this band Foxing, dude. They just put out
That's sad as shit.
their best record by far. Like it is.
Hmm.
I love all their records, but this one is arguably like their peak as a band. And they put it out and then announced that they're going on like a hiatus for pretty much ever. Like they're like, we're not breaking up, but we're not doing Foxing anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, if these guys are putting out this quality and doing these tours and they don't want to do it anymore, it's like, what hope do I have?
Yeah.
But I always gotta remind myself that I just I just want to make things that make people or myself feel the way that these artists have made me feel.
Hmm.
Like when I put on a record, I'll just sit there with chills and be like, fuck, I want to make something this good. And I just want to make something like this.
So I was talking to Chad, and he asked me a question about why music is important to me, and I asked him the same question. And I was going to ask you, like, do you do it more for to inspire somebody else, or do you use it as an outlet for yourself?
Both, pretty much. Um, I am kind of like I'm selfless, but I am selfish at the same time. Like I am very much I'm an attention whore. I like the limelight to be on me,
Mm-hmm.
and so I know I make music because I want people to like look at what I'm making and then also feel something from it. Like I really I really like the idea of inspiring someone like I've been inspired by other artists. But at the end of the day, if I can inspire myself and do something that I personally think is cool and no one's going to listen to, then it's like fuck it.
Yeah. Uh, do you think struggle is necessary for meaningful music?
Yeah, I think so. Um, I went through this weird funk for a while when I was like annoyed by emotional music because I was like, I just kept thinking these dark thoughts like, you're complaining about a girl breaking up with you, but there's like literally people who are born with no legs and fucking can't
Mm-hmm.
do certain things or whatever it is. You know, there's like all these people who have much deeper problems. And I told that to Chad. I was like, I'm like struggling with this idea of writing these sad songs because my life is arguably great compared to what other people go through. And Chad is just like, doesn't matter. Like everyone struggles in their own way, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's how art's made. And so that kind of he like snapped me out of it. Like when I told him, and he probably doesn't remember this, but I told him that, and he like completely snapped me out of it. He was like, "It's there's nothing wrong with writing about a breakup or like something you've experienced." Um, but I do write my best stuff when I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Um, breakups, breakups are a good one. They always kick off something in me. Financial struggles will definitely will get you there. So I think better music is written by people who have hurt and struggled more than like some rich kid who was giving $1 million by their parents to go record in a studio in Nashville. Not saying you can't make good music that way,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think for me personally, the music that I like, there's a lot of pain behind it, and you can hear it
Yeah.
in the writing.
Very nice. Uh, if you could write a song with any musical artist, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would the song be about?
If I could write it with them, dead or alive, it would probably be Isaac Brock or maybe Damon Albarn from Gorillaz. I think those two would be really. They just seem like weird ass fucking dudes that would be fun to record with.
Yeah.
I would say Connor Oberst, but I don't know the guy, and I don't know if how we would get along. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't really know anything a whole lot about his personality, but I know he's far smarter and more well spoken than I am. Whereas like when I met Isaac Brock, it was like him and I were just like old homies, you know.
Yeah.
It would probably be Isaac Brock. I think I think we would, because he's really into guitar pedals. He's got a whole warehouse full of gear. Like he spent everything that he's made on Modest Mouse on this warehouse that he built, and he's literally probably has over 1,000 guitar pedals. And I
Jesus.
bought one from him. I bought a guitar pedal from him, and
Really?
yeah, and I made a little demo of how like I used it, and I sent it to him, but he never responded, so probably got lost somewhere. But yeah, Modest Mouse would be the band that I would want to write something with, or could be John Congleton too. He's the singer of the Paper Chase, and you don't know it, but you have 100. Everyone who's watching this has heard something that he's produced. He
Hmm.
trained under Steve Albini, I think his last name is the guy who did like
Yeah.
Nirvana and shit.
Yeah.
So he trained under him, and he has his own. He's worked on so many records. He's Grammy award winning producer, but he works on like indie rock shit mostly. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
Death Cab. I think he's worked with Modest Mouse. He's worked with Cursive. He's, I mean, his production work is just insane. He's done so much, and the Paper Chase is one of like the weirdest, funnest bands that I rarely ever tell anybody about them, because I just know that when I show this to people, they're gonna be like, "The fuck's wrong with you? Like, why are you listening to this?" Um, but I have showed some friends who like I kind of got a gauge on them, like, okay, you might be ready to listen to the Paper Chase. That's
Yeah.
actually one of the records I got out.
Really?
You might have to blur
Uh,
this.
It's fine. It's just some butt.
Yeah, but it's a dude hanging.
Well.
The music, it sounds like the soundtrack to like a horror movie. And remember, I've been like secretly a fan of this band for so long, and we're watching this show on HBO called Evil Lives Here, and it's like a
Yeah.
dude. So the beginning song, when the credits start, and it's like that sounds like a straw that's going in and out of a cup, and it's like the piano like dark dung
Mm-hmm.
dung, and it's the Paper Chase, and I was like, what the fuck? The Paper Chase is on this HBO show. Um, but yeah, I remember the first time I heard them, I was driving to like right around Christmas. I was driving to an Airbnb that my family got, and this Paper Chase song came on. And the moment I heard his voice, I changed it, and I was like, nope, not for me. And I'm driving, I'm listening to like three more songs, and I was like, fuck, I'm still thinking about that song I just heard. So I go back to it and I listen to the whole thing, and by the end of it, it's like It's Always Sunny when Frank is crying in the audience. He's like, I get it now, dude. And the song starts with he does a lot of weird recording techniques, and he makes a beat out of scissors, like snipping for the first half of the
Jeez.
song, and it's so like weird and cool and different, and you could tell that this guy did not give a fuck what anybody thought about
No.
his music and writing. He did it for him. The band did it for themselves, and I'm a big fan of them now. What interesting fact, they were on the same record label as Elliott Smith.
No shit.
Yeah, Kill Rock Stars.
That's
They're no
awesome.
longer they're no longer active. They're done. He's a very famous producer, and that's all he does pretty much.
Mm.
But yeah, so it'd be a toss up. It'd probably be Isaac Brock that I'd want to write with, because I've been fan for so long. But I think writing with John Congleton would just be a weird, fun experience.
Yeah. All right, I got one more for you. What do you imagine your younger self would say to you if they saw what you created today?
Probably would say, "This is cool, but I wish you would have put out more music, because you had such high dreams of putting out all these records and getting records pressed, and now you're 33 and haven't done it." But overall, I think, I don't know. Part of me, like, I had such big hopes and dreams, so I feel like there'd be a little bit of disappointment, and then a little also like, yeah, this is fucking cool though.
Yeah.
This is neat.
Well, Justin, I was very excited for this episode.
I hope it lived
You're
up to the hype.
Oh, it definitely did. I've been so excited for this episode for fucking months.
Sorry it took
Is
so
there?
long.
That's fine. I took forever to start recording these. Is there anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I got my new show, This Guitar, where I interview musicians about their favorite instrument in their life. Because pretty much every guitarist I've ever met has a guitar that they care a lot about. Um, I'm working on the Saltwater Sanctuary record, which will be pressed to vinyl. That's like a
Hell
goal.
yeah.
I have to do it. I don't care how much it costs. I'll figure it out. I'll do a crowdfund if I have to. Um, Shout out. Oh, I want to show you the records that I picked out, and maybe you can go and listen to some of them. I know I showed
Alrighty.
you a couple of them already, but it'll be quick. So I think you should give this one a chance. It's really weird. It's going to be like nothing you've ever heard before, Gavin.
Cool.
You Are Now One of Us by The Paper Chase. And like the beginning of the record starts with a guy, like a real recording of a guy who called into a radio station in the middle of the night and was like saying the government was triangulating on his location, and then like the call dropped and disappeared.
Jesus.
You have to listen to Good News for People Who Love Bad News if you
Oh
haven't.
yeah. That's on the list.
That album is just like, it's so good front to back. There's really weird songs on it, but overall it's great. You got to listen to Mimicking Birds. And you can jot these down and decide the days how you're feeling, if what you want to listen to. But this is very soft and very experimental acoustic indie songwriting. So
Fuck yeah.
I think you would dig this one. So I want to say you probably don't have to listen to this one. It's not the first like 3 songs on it are some of my favorite Law Dispute songs, but overall it's not my favorite album by them. If you really wanted to get into Law Dispute, this would probably be the one to listen to.
Gotcha.
This one has the "I think I saw you in my sleep, darling." You got to listen to Lifted by
Yep.
Bright Eyes. This album is, they had pretty much every one of their friends on this record. Like there's videos of some of them just playing beer boxes into a microphone, just like
That's
hitting
awesome.
it. 1 second, I think I just heard Zissou bark. No, just a neighbor dog. All right, we're gonna fly through these. If you like some heavy punk with cellos,
Oh yeah.
this record's great. Gorillaz.
Gorillas.
I know I've already told you this, but I've been listening to this one a lot. Turnstile.
Oh yeah.
The new Turnstile record is fucking awesome.
By the way, the news about Turnstile is
That's
fucking
crazy,
bonkers.
Elliott Smith,
Oh yeah, dude.
Figure 8. I've had this tattoo since I was
Hell
16.
yeah.
So this is controversial. Well, first I'll show you this one. This is the newest Gorillaz record.
Which is not bad. I love the new record.
It's The Mountain. It's not, I like a lot of it. It's not my favorite Gorillaz album, but I think it's like the most needed Gorillaz album.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very anti AI, and it's all, everything was made by real musicians. Everything, all the artwork was hand drawn. All the music videos were handmade, like hand animated on cells and stuff. So, and the nice thing is they weren't like, fuck AI, like we'll never use AI, fuck you for using AI. It was very much just, we want to make something with our hands, and that's what we'll say about AI. So this is controversial because this is like one of the least liked Gorillaz albums, but it's my favorite Gorillaz album by far. It's called Cracker Island. It's super poppy, very very poppy, but it's fun. I think you, Gavin, will really like this record if you give it a shot. It's by the band Grizzly Bear. It's called
hell yeah.
Painted Ruins, and I got it signed.
Hell
What
yeah.
sucks is, so I drove down to Kansas City to see them because I'm such a big Grizzly Bear fan, and it was for this tour. I waited outside their bus, and I don't know the guys' personalities personally, but I can just tell by their music. They are all like prodigies. The guitarist, he plays shit that'll just like blow your fucking mind. It sounds not that complicated, then you'd actually try to play it and you'd be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I waited outside their bus, and I brought this record to get signed by them, and I see Dan, the guitarist, and he comes out and he kind of looks at me and goes back in the bus. And I was like, oh man, I'm not getting this signed. So then he like kind of stops and turns around and comes down. He's like, all right, you're the only person out here. I'll sign it. So I hand it to him. He's like, do you have a marker? And I was like, fuck, it's in my car. So then by the time like I realized like my heart is beating, I'm like, oh my God, I just made him come out of the tour bus. Every member of Grizzly Bear starts coming down to sign this fucking thing. And I'm like,
holy shit.
Oh my God, I don't have a fucking marker. So then Ed, the singer, he's very sweet, and he was like, I'm gonna go see if I can find one, and he sends his boyfriend off to look for one, and so they're like looking all over for markers, and I'm just standing there awkwardly with the other 3 members of Grizzly Bear, just like, great show. This is fucking weird. So one by one, they just like gave up on it and went back in the tour bus. Mm-hmm. And then Ed comes back with a marker by the time they'd all gone back in, and he signed this for me. And the rest of them were like, the bus is about to leave, and like, I'm not saying that to like talk shit on Grizzly Bear or anything, you know, they're busy and they already were like, didn't plan on signing shit. But so I got it signed by Ed, and he said, thank you for driving so far to see us. And then Grizzly Bear broke up. So I never got to get it signed again, but they just had a reunion tour. So there's still a shot.
Chance.
Still a shot. So I'll get the rest of the signatures. And this is the last one. Arguably, you need to listen to this record.
Is that Foxing by Foxing?
Yes. Dude, This album, I listened to it literally at least, it's pretty bad. I probably listen to it 3 times a week. Just driving to work and shit. It's been my go-to for the last, I think it came out 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half. It's just been, you ever get in those moods where you don't know what you want to listen to, but you want to listen to something.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time it's like, I'm not in the mood for this, I'm not in the mood for that. Foxing. So I put on that record, and I don't skip it. I just let it play. It's the whole fucking thing is great. And they recorded it themselves.
For me, because I get in those moods all the time where it's like I don't know what to listen to, and I can never figure it out because my music taste changes all the fucking time. The one record I can always go back to and listen to all the way through is New Level, New Devils by Polyphia. I know you don't really like Polyphia, but
I didn't say I don't like Polyphia. I can't listen to him too much.
That whole record is crazy. You got Goat, Yes, Rich Kids. All those songs are fucking nuts.
I'll have to check it out.
It's really good. I think I prefer their newer album more, but that was the first album I ever listened to by Polyphia, and it made me fall in love with them immediately.
I was just thinking about when I showed you the Chariot. I'm like, fast forward, there's going to be a guy like falling out the window, and it's like the singer's hanging out the window, and there's people on the roof.
God. I'll make you a deal, Justin. If we get free time, and we'll make it like, maybe it's one of those nights where we're out drinking, and then we go back to your place, and we go to play Mario Kart. Let's put on one of the albums that you just showed, listen to it all the way through, drink some whiskey, play some Mario Party.
I'm down. Dude, speaking of Mario, Ryan bought a modded Mario Kart 64 that has 16 new levels. Dude.
Why are we not over your house right now?
Dude, it was insane. He brought it over, and I'm like, this isn't going to work. You got fucking scammed on the internet, dude. This doesn't exist. We put this in, and it's the tried and true Mario Kart that you love, but new levels. And
Dude,
it was
awesome.
It was so hard to play because that game for me, I've played it so much, is muscle memory. So like sometimes like you hardly have to watch the fucking screen because you just know where to turn and what to do. And playing new levels put me at ground zero. We got 7th and 8th every fucking race.
Holy shit.
Dude, it was hard.
For the audience who doesn't know, when me and Justin go hang out to drink and have a night of partying, seems like every single time we go back to his place and play Mario Party. Every single time.
Every time we're out, and I'm just like, well, my drunk ass is like, well, you want to come over and play Mario Party? And you're like, yeah, sure.
Have a glass of whiskey. Play some
but then
Mario
there's the
Party.
one time you came over and I forced you to watch music videos all night, and it was just like
I was not.
it was like the Jeffrey Dahmer meme. Like, relax. Told you. I just want to show you some videotapes, and then you can go.
I was not opposed. I've heard of OK Go, but never watched any of their music videos.
Oh, dude, their videos are crazy.
That was the first time I ever heard Turnstile, and that's changed my life drastically.
Yeah, Turnstile's awesome.
Fucking
When I saw
nuts.
Turnstile when they were kind of blowing up, and I was telling my friends, I'm like, you all have to come to Turnstile because, and at the time I wasn't like a major fan, but I could hear and know that they were doing something, and I'm like, these guys are gonna fucking blow up. Like, we should all go.
Yeah.
And my friends all left early, and they were my ride, so I had to go with them. And it was like, now just years later, they're fucking winning Grammys.
Yeah, it's fucking. I don't understand how people do that shit. You just have to get so fucking lucky.
That new album is it's so good.
So good.
Never enough. Oh.
And that music video is so cinematic and
He's
so
like
crazy looking.
riding the jet ski out in the open ocean.
Yeah, that whole shot is so fucking nuts.
Yeah. I've watched that music video a lot.
And like even the angles that they have on like the one of I think it's the bassist or the guitar player playing in the street while people are walking past him.
Yeah.
Such a cool shot.
I like the shot of the drummer when it's vertical and he's like walking to his drum kit and it's all orange, like in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get to games night?
Yeah, I think we're getting called. Well, congratulations, you're now my longest episode ever.
Sorry, that's what happens on Total Dogshit. Like, we just keep talking and talking and talking, and it's like, fuck, we gotta edit an hour and a half.
Dude, I feel like I could talk to you for fucking hours.
Well, go buy a bottle of whiskey.
My goal, so like obviously we're doing it online right now, but eventually when I get a house and everything like that, I want to make a studio out of the basement and everything like that. And have you ever seen the Take Your Shoes Off podcast?
Mm-mm.
Really good podcast. It's a comedian and his friend.
Is it Lil Dicky?
No. George Creekis is the friend, and I forget who the comedian is, but he'll invite musical guests onto his podcast, and they just sit there and play songs for 2 hours, 3 hours long, and just sit there and talk. And that's my goal for Harmonic Conversations, is to get to that.
Yeah, it'd be cool to like invite someone on to pick an album and then play the whole album and talk about it while it's playing.
Yeah. So if it ever gets to that point, I would love to have you back on.
Yeah.
Just chill and listen to music.
I'm down.
Hell yeah.
Dude, my phone's buzzing. I think it's them.
It is. It's they're all freaking out right now.
Okay, let's get on.
Time to go kick some ass. Later.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for joining me.